ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
A winter storm bringing heavy rain, hail, and even a bit of lightning and thunder to San Diego County. The problems it's caused so far and when we could expect the storm to move out.
Plus major frustration outside the Petco Park Vaccine Superstation. It reopened today, but we'll explain why thousands of San Diegans were left to wait in their cars for hours.
And a call for peace, the new program being launched in San Diego following a series of local shootings.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
From lightning and that thunder to flooding and even hail, we're seeing it all as a quick-moving storm plows through San Diego County. Good evening, I'm Lindsay Pena.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. That wild weather is creating all sorts of problems on our roadways today. The 10 News Pinpoint Doppler shows you right where it's raining right now and when the system will make its way out of here. We have a team of reporters covering the county for you. Let's begin with ABC 10 News weathercaster Melissa Messia. Hello, Mel.
Hey, Steve, hard to believe just 24 hours ago we were talking about how nice and sunny it was. But yeah, let's go back to this Doppler here, show you all the activity happening right now. So some parts of the county are actually dry, but we are seeing a lot of the rain up in the North County here. So San Marcos, Escondido, parts of Solana Beach, and Encinitas, you're seeing some of that rainfall. Poway, most of Poway for now is dry, but check out the South Bay. A lot of the South Bay getting hit with the rain as well. Chula Vista, Rancho San Diego, Dulzura, seeing the rainfall currently at 5 o'clock. As far as when it's going to push on out, by the 7 o'clock hour, we're seeing most of the rain confined to the southeastern portion of the county. The North County, for the most part in the next couple of hours, is going to stay dry. It's going to stay that way into the overnight hours. We've gotten some pretty impressive rain totals so far. University Heights near an inch with this recent storm. Also talking about the snow. We'll get a little bit more on that coming up in our full weather forecast. Steve, Lindsay.
All right, thanks so much, Mel. And that heavy rain is also triggering flooding in parts of Mission Valley. ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is joining us live with the areas being impacted. Anthony.
Lindsay, the rain has taken a break for us right now, but it definitely moved through this area. Take a look behind me here. You can see that's the San Diego River there cresting over the road. This is Avenida del Rio near Fashion Valley Mall. The road closed because of this, so people going to and from the mall, they're having to take a detour right now. This is just one area, but it's been a very active morning and afternoon throughout the county. The storm that moved through San Diego County, throwing all the elements at the region from rain, wind, thunder, and lightning. That bolt of lightning and rumble of thunder is video from Claremont. That area saw heavy rain today, as well as some wind. The weather making for some treacherous conditions on the roads. A big rig seen here resting off the side of the 805 near Imperial Avenue after it reportedly lost control and skidded. And the heavy rain creating flooding on some major roadways. This is Pacific Coast Highway near Laurel. Harbor Police having to close a portion of the road due to the conditions. These are just some of the issues caused by this storm as it moved through the area. And again, we are getting a little bit of a break from the rain right now here in Mission Valley, but these gray clouds, they are so far sticking around. We're reporting live, Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
Anthony, thank you. The weather also created a huge backup for people heading to Petco Park for the vaccines today. That site reopened today after a 4-day hiatus because of a supply shortage. Our ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner is joining us live with a look at the impact tonight. Jen.
Yeah, Steve, the impact has been very serious. Thousands of people have been affected by this today. Look at the long line of cars behind me waiting to get into this vaccination site. It's backed up all the way from Imperial Avenue off-ramp on the 5 South. It took me about an hour and a half to get from that off-ramp to where we are now, just a few blocks. It's especially busy down here today because the site had to close from about noon to 1 p.m. due to safety concerns with some nearby lightning. That short closure further backed up the wait to get into the superstation, causing some major traffic issues and people waiting in their cars for several hours. Now, the Petco site reopened today after a 4-day closure due to a shortage of vaccines. The second weekend in a row, Was because of a lack of supply. You may remember it also closed back in January when we had that big winter storm with dangerously high winds. A few hours ago, I spoke to some young ladies who were stuck in their car after getting here at 9 a.m. for the grandmother's appointment. That grandmother apparently got out of the drive-through line to walk through instead, hoping that it might be faster.
She's waiting for a second dose right now, and my cousin that's with her said it's still really long. Like, it seems like almost impossible to get there. And it's so crowded, like the most she's ever seen in a line. And we've just been waiting. It's barely been moving. And people have just been like going out of their cars, and they kept asking, when is this going to end and stuff.
6,000 people are supposed to be vaccinated here today. A spokesperson said they will stay open as late as they need to accommodate all of those appointments. Reporting live tonight from downtown, Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
All right, thank you, Jen. And here are the latest numbers on the COVID-19 crisis in San Diego County. 350 new cases were reported today. That brings our total to more than 261,000. And 25 more people have died, bringing the death toll to 3,342. San Diego County remains in the most restricted purple tier, but local officials say they are confident we could drop into the red tier in the coming weeks. ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo is joining us with a look at the possible changes we could expect. Laura.
Lindsay, county officials say they have been in talks with the state to possibly move into that red tier sooner than expected. That is, of course, because they believe there could be possible changes coming to the requirements to move into that less restrictive tier. Of course, right now we are in the purple tier, but if we do move into the red tier in the coming days, restaurants would be able to open indoors at 25% capacity or 100 people inside, whichever is less. Retail can allow 50% indoors, and gyms can open inside at 10% capacity. The county's case rate is currently 10.8. That was the case rate for this week. Supervisor Nathan Fletcher explaining that the tier system came out when vaccines didn't exist, explaining that because of this, the state could alter the case rate required to move forward, taking into consideration vaccination rates in the county. But county officials continue to express frustration about not having enough vaccines.
It is consistently erratic and consistently unpredictable. And, we again, when it arrives, we get it in circulation right away, and we utilize it as fast as we possibly can. But we still don't have great clarity on what will be coming more than a day or two in advance.
The county says they are getting close to administering their millionth vaccine and say they are anxiously awaiting the arrival of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is only one dose. Live, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
Thank you, Laura. And Governor Gavin Newsom is firing back at states that are reopening everything and criticizing California for being more cautious. Texas is ending its mask mandates and allowing all businesses to fully open indoors. Newsom says the Texas case rates and death rates have been consistently worse than California because of decisions like that.
I think it's reckless. President of the United States referred to the decision Neanderthals or something. I mean, others have been a little bit more pointed. So I just hope people are mindful of how close we are to getting to where we all want to go. But let's use data, science, facts, and evidence to guide us, not ideology.
Newsom also revealed he is working with Major League Baseball on allowing limited fans at games next month. The governor says we're on track to make it happen if people are responsible and prevent another spike in cases. And the White House and Senate Democrats are close to a deal on a new COVID relief package, but it's not done yet. In a compromise with moderates, the deal tightened who will get up to a $1,400 check. Now, only individuals earning up to $80,000 or families up to $160,000 will receive the aid. In exchange, moderates agreed not to lower the $400 extended unemployment benefits. Because the Senate is tied, Democrats can't afford to lose any of their votes. Anything the Senate passes has to go back to the House. And you can keep up with any developments surrounding the pandemic by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
A possible human smuggling attempt is now being investigated as part of that crash that killed 13 people in Imperial County. It happened yesterday when that truck and that big rig collided. Our ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala has been following the investigation and has new details on the timeline of events.
It's a desperate situation, and sadly, people are dying every day.
We're learning more about this devastating crash in Imperial County that claimed the lives of 13 Mexican citizens. According to U.S. Border Patrol, the crash is being investigated as part of a migrant smuggling operation. Authorities provided a timeline Wednesday saying just after 6 a.m. Tuesday, surveillance video appeared to show the maroon Ford Expedition involved and a Chevy Suburban driving near this 10-foot hole in a border fence near the Gordon's Well exit in Schneider's Bridge area. Somehow, the Suburban caught on fire shortly after. At about 6:30, 19 migrants were found by Border Patrol agents hiding in nearby brush. Less than 30 minutes later, Border Patrol officials say they were requested to help with the crash. The Expedition, carrying 25 people while only equipped with 2 seats, entered an intersection directly in front of a tractor trailer on Highway 115 in Norrish Road, killing the 13 people and injuring everyone else, including the driver of the tractor trailer, a resident of El Centro.
We need humane immigration policies. That way you don't have these people crowded into a car, getting killed in this horrific accident.
At Chicano Park Wednesday, San Diegans held a moment of silence honoring the lives of those killed.
These were human beings looking for a better life, risking it all, and tragically dying.
In a statement from Border Patrol, El Centro Sector Chief Patrol Agent Gregory Bovino said in part, "Human smugglers have proven time and again they have little regard for human life. Those who may be contemplating crossing the border illegally pause to think of the dangers that all too often end in tragedy." Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
The survivors were taken to different area hospitals after the crash. 2 were taken to Scripps Mercy here in San Diego, while 4 others are at UCSD Health. They were in serious condition, receiving care for a variety of traumatic injuries. New York Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo is rejecting calls to resign following sexual harassment claims. Several women have accused him of making unwanted advances. Cuomo says he never touched anyone inappropriately. The New York governor did apologize, though, saying he has learned an important lesson.
I now understand that I acted in a way that made people feel uncomfortable. And I truly and deeply apologize for it.
The New York State Attorney General is launching an independent investigation in which the governor could have to testify. Cuomo said he will fully cooperate with that investigation. Also today, new revelations about the delay in sending National Guard troops to help during the January 6th Capitol riots. At a hearing today, the commanding general of the D.C. National Guard told Congress he didn't get approval from the Secretary of the Army to send forces to the Capitol until 3 hours after police requested backup.
Had this all been pre-approved by the Secretary of Defense, how quickly could have you gotten how many people to the Capitol?
20 minutes. Now remember, we're all watching this. It's a riot, and yet it took more than 3 hours.
In the meantime, Capitol Police say that they have intelligence showing there is a possible plot by a militia group to breach the Capitol tomorrow. That new threat appears to be connected to a far-right conspiracy group that former President Donald Trump would rise again to power. So as a precaution, the House has canceled its sessions for tomorrow.
A new plan to deal with gun violence in the city of San Diego. The mayor and other city leaders announced the start of something called No Shots Fired today. It targets gang members and aims to not only reduce the number of shootings, but help people get out of the gang lifestyle altogether.
This is video from one of several shootings over the last month in the Mountain View area. Several dead, many more injured. San Diego police say it's part of a larger trend of an uptick in gun violence.
Our officers are encountering more individuals with firearms in their possession each day. They need help.
That's why Wednesday morning, city and community leaders were in one spot to announce a new gang violence diversion program called No Shots Fired.
Neighbors have been killed, families' lives have been forever changed, and community members have been placed in senseless danger.
The program will try to get gangs to agree to a ceasefire for at least 6 months. Then, during that time, community organizations will try to provide other ways for kids and adults wanting to get out of gang life to fill their time.
That uptick of violence in the summertime is just extended. Now, these kids been out of school for a whole year now. COVID has brought out problems.
No Shots Fired also has a goal of providing people better access to mental health services and financial support.
We know that a lack of economic opportunity is one of the challenges to promoting peace in our neighborhoods. We also know that it is not a quick fix to correct years of intentional disinvestment in our communities of concern.
No Shots Fired will start immediately with a grant from the police department. It's unclear when or if more funding will be provided.